Hey you guys, Beth Potato here, and I am looking a hot mess because I wanted to record this video and kind of, I woke up like this fashion to show what difference lash extensions actually make, because I don't look like that big of a train wreck, and literally all I've done today is splash some water on my face, put in my contacts, and I'm drinking coffee. So, I got lash extensions, I don't know what day, it'll be in the down bar below. It was like a week or two ago. I have a friend who works at Amazing Lash, and she needed models, so I was like, well, I've never tried them before, let's do it. So, she did the natural style Amazing Lash application on me. For those of you who have had lash extensions, it kind of varies from shop to shop how they actually apply them. I don't know what makes the Amazing Lash application method different, but I know that it involves an actual patent, so my eyes were obviously indisposed, so I couldn't see what she was doing, but I do know it is a different application method than other places. Basically, the whole like experience was really easy. I went in, she told me, you know, pick a style based off of the pictures, and then she had told me, a few of my coworkers also got them, so she told me, you know, Paige got this one, Melanie is gonna get this one, Gracie got that one, so I was like, okay, I got it. So I was able to pick based off of that, which was very helpful. I decided to go with the natural because in general, the one thing I don't like about lash extensions is when people have some of those like really long crazy ones, and then as they wear down you end up with just that one really long crazy one left. I just hate the way that looks. So I did natural, and you guys can see they actually look pretty natural. The biggest thing about them that has been, well, let's get back to the actual application process. So basically I went in, I picked the natural style, she had me lay down. Several people complained that the room was too cold, but I thought it was pretty comfortable, so I think that's part of me being from Ohio versus Texas, because I was comfortable. I didn't even put on my long sleeve shirt, whereas some of the other girls were wearing a sweater and had a blanket over them, so I don't know. Then on top of it, she took like this like gel pad, and I forgot to take out my contacts that day, but it was fine. So I told her like, oh Mellie, I still have my contacts in. She was like, it's cool as long as you don't get dry eyes. She put the little gel pad to cover the bottom lashes, which is really important, because if you somehow get that surgical glue on the top and the bottom lash and then glue, it's not like eyelash glue where you just take it off with makeup remover. Like, it's a surgical glue. It's there. So she had to reposition that gel pad multiple times just for whatever area she was working in, just to make sure it followed my bottom lash line, because it didn't quite fit to the pad because my eyes are weird, but neither here nor there. And then she literally just went through and glued an eyelash extension on every single eyelash on my eyes. My right side took longer, and she said that's actually pretty common because people tend to sleep on their right side, so those lashes tend to be more tangled. So she has to go through and kind of brush them out and get them to stay and apply, and you know, they tangle back together. So it definitely took a lot longer for the right eye, but the left eye was super fast. At Amazing Lash, you have to do it in under 2 hours, and she definitely did it in under 2 hours. I know some places it can take longer, some places, depending on how long the lash artist has been doing it, can go faster, so it just depends. One rule of thumb though is you don't want someone who's going to rush the job, because you want to glue an individual lash on each individual real lash, because you don't want to do one extension on 2 lash hairs, or it tangles, and then in the weeks to come it tends to rip out your real lashes, and that's not good. So after she did all of that, oh yeah, as I went in, she had me wash my lashes with just like foaming hand soap to make sure there were no oils. And then as I left, she put them all on, and then she put sealer on them. Basically a sealer is to protect it from water and humidity and sweat until the glue has a chance to set up, which is typically about 48 hours. So ideally you do not get your face wet for 48 hours, which for me was impossible because 1, I watched a lot of Top Chef that day and cried my eyes out, and 2, I couldn't wash my face, and I was like having a catastrophic meltdown. As somebody who has dealt with adult acne since she was 24, like, cannot. I was like, I need to wash my face. And then on Wednesday I went and got my hair cut. So by the time I was leaving on Wednesday, and you know, Shelby washes the hair, she gets rid of all the stray hairs and all of that, but you know how after you get your hair cut, you just want to be able to take a shower? I was dying by the end of Wednesday. I was like, so Thursday, no, maybe Thursday morning, I woke up and finally took like a full shower, because I wash my body every day. Usually I wash my face in the shower every day too, but I hadn't been because I was not getting it wet. I was just using makeup wipes. Here's Megatron coming to bug me. Cat's over here too. So that was how the actual application went. And then I lost the little book with aftercare. I was going to show it to you guys. For aftercare, they basically say to avoid oils on the face, like around the eyes especially. That was really, really hard for me, and I've actually stopped doing that because like my cleanser is oil based, my nighttime routine is all oil based. So I tried to not do it the first like 4 or 5 days, and I started breaking out really bad. So I am back to using my oil-based cleanser, and I do use it on the eyes. I just make sure I rinse it really well, and then I'm using my oils on my face at night. I've been using a retinol serum around my eyes, and I don't think it has an oil in it, so I just make sure that when I put on my eye cream, like I don't put a ton on to where there are oils sitting there, because this isn't on for very long before I put on like cream-based concealer, which is okay too, as long as you set it. They suggest with talcum powder, and that was one thing from the entire process that I was like, breaks. Talcum powder, A, around my eyes, B, on my face, period. So talc is an irritant. It's a known irritant, and it also causes flashback in photos. I will absolutely not be putting any talc on my face. I don't know why Amazing Lash recommends that, but it is, I don't know where they got that idea. So basically you can wear cream-based concealers. My hair, whoo! You can wear cream-based concealers, but you're supposed to set them with talcum powder. I don't do talcum powder because that's crazy. But I do set them with either the Laura Mercier under eye brightening, secret brightening powder, whatever it's called, or the e.l.f. one that I can't find. This one. So I do set my under eye concealer with powder, even if it isn't cream based, just to be safe, because I am putting on eye cream and stuff, but I'm not using talc. That's not gonna happen, and I'm sorry. Overall, I have had them for a couple of weeks now. I have had a couple fall off, like nothing dramatic. I had like 1 or 2 fall off, and then I also had, I don't know what was going on in the center of my lashes here, but I do know they get tangled there a lot because I do sleep on my right side. You can tell that I sleep on my right side, but it got, I guess, tangled in the center here, and 2 false lashes like ripped out, and with them came my real lashes, and I was like, blah, my lashes! So keep that in mind. That is something that is going to happen at some point. I mean, it's, with any luck, like, you'll be special and just the fake lashes will fall off and not take your lashes with them, but it is a risk that, you know, as they're coming off, all of your real ones could go with them if you tug on them, so keep that in mind. And then outside of that, I'm trying to think if there's any other specific aftercare. No, I haven't really been wearing like eyeliners and stuff. I will say the biggest thing I've had to learn to get around is putting on like primer and stuff. And what is this weird light? That's annoying. So what I've done to get around putting on primers is I literally take the handle of a brush, hold my lashes down, and then put on my primer. And I'm not even kidding. It's that ridiculous. And I do that for eyeshadow a lot of the time too. I started putting on my eyeshadow primer with the Sephora Pro Smoky Crease because it's fluffy and it blends, but it's not as big as the number 57, which is huge compared to this. So if I think of anything else that I missed, I will try to put it in the down bar below. I think that's about all though. We'll see how long they last. They're holding up pretty well. I expected to have more fallout by now, and it's not happening. I have worn mascara on them a couple of times. You don't really have to, but I have a couple of times just because, and I just use like really basic Wet n Wild Mega Protein because you don't need a lot of additional anything with them. And then I do have some disposable mascara ones that I actually took from work because you're supposed to like brush through and detangle them at least once a day. And that's what I'm doing right now. Super duper easy. So they're actually pretty low maintenance. Mine are synthetic. Amazing Lash uses a synthetic lash extension, so it is like cruelty. Well, I don't know what their glue is. That's the only thing. I'm not sure like what the background is on their glue, but I know the extensions are synthetic, so that they're not like mink or a human hair or anything like that. So I didn't have to worry about whether or not it was an animal fiber. So that's good. So the sun is now in a really weird place, and I'm gonna go drink my coffee. So I will talk to you guys soon. Hopefully this is helpful. Would I get them again? No. For the reasons mentioned, they're just not like really worth it for me, but I do have long lashes. So do I recommend trying them? Absolutely. Would I do it again? No. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.